Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is ThePhoenixHeart and welcome to a little bit of a different video than we usually do around here. Let me go ahead and preface by saying I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai growing up. I caught up with Dragon Ball and I've watched through Dragon Ball Super a couple times as well. If you yourself are a Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z fan, then you can go ahead and agree that there are a lot of exciting moments inside of the entire series, but probably none as exciting as the Super Saiyan transformation. And everybody's thought about their favorite characters or what's the coolest transformation, and I'm sure Team 4-Star has already done a ton of tier lists regarding a bunch of those aspects. Our tier list is going to be about who deserves the Super Saiyan transformation the most. For this tier list, I've simply chosen 11 characters to go ahead and review. If we did everybody, we'd probably be here for even longer, and I'm sure this is going to be a long video. We'll see what happens when I edit it. And you might be asking, what's the point? This is just your opinions on who deserves to be a Super Saiyan the most. This is only on your opinions. There's nothing really guiding this. What's the difference between someone else making this or just you? Well, I'm not just making this based on my feelings alone. I've actually set down a couple of rules that I'm going to be following throughout the video. These rules are set to see who deserves the Super Saiyan transformation based on the show and the manga's own rules on becoming a Super Saiyan. So I'm going to be doing my best to be impartial and give people their placement that I think that they really deserve. I assembled the tier list on Tiermaker and I already spread it around into a couple of discords, a couple of Dragon Ball fan discords and stuff like that, and I got a couple of responses back, a couple of interesting lists, and I'm definitely going to love showcasing that a little bit after. I also threw the tier list in the description of the video, so if you want to go ahead and do it, I actually encourage you to do it before I go into the reasonings of my tier list placements and who I think deserves to be a Super Saiyan the most, etc, etc. Or you can just throw who you immediately think should be a Super Saiyan or is the most deserving of the Super Saiyan transformation down in the comments below and give your whole spiel about that. Don't worry, we're going to have you pausing a lot throughout the video because I know you'll just be yelling at the screen, but I can't hear you, so look at you, you're goofy now. And the rules that I'm using goes as follows. Rule number 1, from what I've researched on a manga in the show, you have to follow the rules of what you need to achieve to become a Super Saiyan, which means first of all, you have to have Saiyan blood. So going back to all of those kids that did their little screaming in the room and all of that, sorry, L humans for real, bro. Like we really just should be Saiyans. And you have to experience the pain of loss. And really those are the two biggest prereqs that I'm going to be following for this. There are some others like S cells that I saw, and I don't necessarily know what that means. Apparently if you're born a Saiyan, you have S cells, which helps you get to Super Saiyan or something like that. I don't really know too much about that. Obviously stuff like, did you train? How much work did you put in? Are you pure of heart in some way? Rule number 2, there are more canon and non-canon Saiyans that have turned Super Saiyan in the series, but I'm just going to be looking at these 11. Besides Z Broly, S Broly, and Future Trunks and Kid Trunks, I'm not going to be doing any clones, I'm not going to be doing any absorptions, and I'm not going to be doing any really unique cases beyond the 11 that I have. So that means no Goku Black, that means no Super Baby 2 or Super Baby, and even though some people would still qualify, such as Bardock, which is one of my favorite characters, I still want to just keep it to these 11 because I really don't know how long this video is going to go, dog. And those are the only 2 rules. I'm going to do my best to be impartial, and to help with that, we have a wheel to spin. I'm randomly selecting who is going to be reviewed off of this wheel alone, and I'm doing it live. As I'm recording, I'm spinning the wheel and I'm spitting out these thoughts as they come. Also a little side bet, if somehow Goku is chosen last on this wheel, you have to subscribe. Come on, bro. Listen, I don't make the rules, dog. I don't make, look, if somehow Goku is chosen last, you gotta subscribe, bro. Deal, sick. Let's get to it. So first on the list is going to be okay, starting off pretty big. All right, let's get into it.
Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? him too!
You know who joined the Super Saiyan Club? He is on our side, isn't he?
The Prince of all Saiyans, the fan favorite for a ton of people. While the presentation for Vegeta turning Super Saiyan is definitely surprising and a big moment for the series and for everyone, considering how much he has worked and talked about Super Saiyan since we've seen him. His Super Saiyan transformation happens off screen, and the way that he defines it is so bratty almost. When he describes his experience into turning Super Saiyan, he defines the moment as he didn't care about anything in that time. He let everything go and it just kind of happened to him. It's still a very big moment, and the first time that we see it as an audience, it definitely blows everything out of proportion because of the fight that Goku's in and how much he's struggling with that, and then Vegeta making quick work of the mind. But I'm actually going to be putting Vegeta in B tier. Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of list. Okay, so look, he has a birthright almost to the Super Saiyan like transformation, but Vegeta is more of the prophet of Super Saiyan, if that makes sense. He's constantly talking about it. He mistakes every power-up that he goes through as becoming Super Saiyan, even in the biggest moment where he nearly dies because Dende doesn't want to revive him or heal his mortal wounds, and then coming back from that expedited quick power-up from a near-death experience, he immediately mistakes it for he's now Super Saiyan, to which bro gets folded like an omelet and scrambled like an egg, dog. He loses his people. He loses the entirety of his planet. He watches his father be a coward in front of this dictator of an entirely different race, and ends up serving the Frieza Force even at that, in hopes that eventually he'll gain the strength to defeat Frieza. And while he definitely trained hard and he had the goal of being Super Saiyan, his Super Saiyan transformation isn't all that, you know what I mean? He just doesn't make the cut. It's not a bad transformation and he doesn't have bad reasons to do it. He's just in B tier. But now that everybody has clicked off of the video, let's see who's up next. You've got to be fucking.
I think the brat should go next.
You ruthless, heartless bastard!
I hate this so much. Let's get through it. Team 4-Star definitely makes a great point in the fact that when you make a tier list such as this, it's not really hard to choose who's on top. It's hard to make it seem like it's a contest. What is there to not say about Goku? Most iconic transformation, debatably the poster boy for the Super Saiyan transformation, sets the bar, has one of the craziest and most chilling moments for the Super Saiyan transformation. It's all there. And the crazy thing is, we grow with Goku. Dragon Ball tells his entire kid story to teen story to young adult story. Like, we grow with him and we see all of his struggles, all of his fights, everything that he's done. The fact that he is definitely pure of heart, if not extremely airheaded to be that. And even after this, in Z, we see just how hard he works and how much he's willing to put on the line. He sacrifices his own life accidentally. He suffers pain of loss multiple times on very personal levels, from losing his best friend and like biggest rival at the time, Krillin, seeing people he cares about die in front of him left, right, and center. And it all leads to debatably the biggest moment for at least the Dragon Ball Z series. Not even just the area that he encompasses, but the entire planet Namek seems to shake under his feet as he transforms. And he has my favorite monologue out of the entire, bro, the I am a Super Saiyan speech from Goku is peak. It's amazing. I love it. The only thing that doesn't work for Goku is his initial rejection of his blood. His brother comes, tells him he's a Saiyan, and the entire time until Vegeta's begging for him to fight Frieza, he's like, no, I'm Earthling. No, I'm not like that. Doing me or not the same. No. Like, he just acts stupid about it and then immediately switches when it's time for him to step up to the plate. Kind of dumb, but that's really the only thing. It's no argument. Goku is S tier, arguably the highest tier based on these rules that I've set. And just like that, we've created another moment for Dragon Ball history, for Vegeta to come first, get his chance, get shit on, and then have Goku completely wash. So on to the rest of the video. Please, I have a lot of cool stuff to say about all these other characters, dog. Please. Look, I didn't. Why did Vegeta and Goku have to go first, bro? This entire video is gone now. It's gone. Retention gone. I should just place Goku at the end of the video. Spin the wheel, spin it. This would have been a little bit better before, but I actually like to talk about this. So roll the clip.
I give up. Now listen. If you quit on me, I will kill you.
But the rules.
Enough. I'm ending this now. And once the fight is over, I'm going to blow your stupid planet Sadala to smithereens. Though first, I'm going to hunt down and murder, one by one, every last member of your family. For them, it won't be quick.
The people of Sadala are innocent. They have nothing to do with this. If you do anything to my home planet, or anything to my family, I will make you pay!
So, Cabba, our first Universe 6 Saiyan that we meet, and on top of that, our first Universe 6 Super Saiyan that we'll get to see. The thing about Cabba that I immediately want to touch on is expedited Super Saiyans. It's self-explanatory. People have gained the Super Saiyan transformation because they were set up for it for convenience sake, whether that be in writing or in actual story circumstances. It happens a little bit, and most of the time it's trash. It completely undermines the Super Saiyan transformation, and it makes it difficult to appreciate it at all. But the thing about Cabba is it's a little different for me. When I was looking into Cabba's transformation and I was really comparing what he went through to the rules that I set up, he doesn't do bad. As you see in the tournament, Vegeta threatens his life and the lives of his entire planet and his entire people. If it was anyone else, it would have been like, whatever. But to have those threats coming from Vegeta is pretty believable. I'm not gonna hold you. Bro, if you're in the middle of a fight and you're getting juggled by Vegeta like he's fucking Ronaldo, dog, I'd be pretty scared too. The things leading up to him becoming Super Saiyan are kind of decent. And it's not really pain of loss, but definitely a clear threat that shows him he needs to step up to the plate or else it's curtains for him. So it's a pretty good situation. But obviously there's a lot of things working against him. We don't get a lot of backstory. The events leading after him becoming Super Saiyan are not really that great either. Maybe his Super Saiyan 2 transformation, but compared to his first one, I don't think that that's all great anyways. So with considering all of this, we're gonna put Cabba in like high C tier. By no means a better transformation than the ones that we have talked about, and by no means one of the greatest. Cabba at least had a decent situation to work with. So with that, let's see who is up next. I am just getting all of the cool people out the gate. I hate this so much.
Gohan, I love the animals and everything about nature. Protect them for me. They need you.
It's time to can it, you worthless scrap.
Gohan debatably has the most going for him. Some people would like to say that Dragon Ball is the story of Goku and Dragon Ball Z is the story of Gohan. Obviously, for the story and the writing, Goku is still our main character and he still has all of these huge big moments, but Gohan has so much development and hints towards Super Saiyan throughout all of Dragon Ball Z. He grows up in a lot of tough situations that shows he's ready to step up to the plate, although uncontrollable, still filled with that rage and that strength. He gets Raditz off of Goku. He does his best to step up to Nappa and the Ginyu Force and third form Frieza, and he has the most interesting case. Our first hybrid Saiyan, he has no desire to fight, but his circumstances set him up perfectly. He does train from an early age, although out of his will, of course, but he trains with Piccolo. He trains physically and mentally with Krillin. He fights people leagues above him, and he experiences pain of loss tons of times right in front of his face. Obviously, the Piccolo sacrifice against Nappa, he had exploded, and right there could have become Super Saiyan, would have had what he needed to be Super Saiyan, in my opinion. But he goes through so much to earn Super Saiyan that it can be competed with even Goku. Spoilers, it's not above Goku. And obviously we have to look at his Super Saiyan 2 transformation that really defined him way more than his first one. Because the first one, sadly, expedited Super Saiyan. The only difference between other expedited Super Saiyans is that we got to see his story and we got to see him training and get into tough situations over and over again beforehand. So it's not like he didn't have that potential inside him from the very start. And it's not like people weren't okay with him being Super Saiyan initially. It's just that Goku definitely pushed him to that point. So it wasn't a real situation where he must or else it's curtains. Well, I guess, yes, because Goku threatened his whole life. Bro, signs of a beast trapped within him since birth, and then it's unleashed to actually help him in a fight, but he can't really control it all that well? Bro's a Jinchuriki, but Gohan definitely sets his spot in S tier, no doubt. There goes the 3 biggest characters on this, like, just spin the wheel, dog. All right. Roll the clip.
I'm getting used to... Hey, why'd you stop, bro?
Well, since Mom's not here, is it okay if I be like you now? Or Saiyan now?
Maybe when you're a little older. It takes years of training to become a Super Saiyan. Of course, I was the youngest Super Saiyan ever. You might need more time. You're a Super Saiyan! Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable!
Yup. Like, the discussion for this is not even required. The only thing that I do want to mention with Goten when I was reviewing, like, his transformation is that his is the only one that happens without any showiness. Like, he obviously transforms into Super Saiyan in front of Gohan, and it's big, he powers up, but how am I trying to say this? Like, when you're turning Super Saiyan, you, like, flex every muscle in your body and you're screaming and all of that. But the first time Goten turns Super Saiyan is fighting Chi-Chi, and he just transforms mid-kick. Obviously, no pain of loss, no real threat, treats it like a toy. The only thing I can really give him is that he was mid-fight with Chi-Chi, and it's not like Chi-Chi is necessarily a pushover, I guess. But it's no real surprise. Goten is our first in F tier. And we're not looking at Gotenks. That's a fusion. Obviously doesn't count. Definitely not going to look more into Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. That would just piss me off. Next up on the wheel. All right, perfect. Let's get this out the way too.
Perhaps you should rest, son. 150 times gravity is a man's training level. You're clearly still a child.
Goten called me last night. He said he's going to be in the tournament. Now I want to.
So, what are you going to do about it?
Guess I'll go super.
This is worse. Bro really said, well, Goten can do it, so can I. Again, really no discussion. Vegeta says it all.
Yes, naturally, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
I made the joke with Goten that he played with the transformation like a toy. This guy literally turned Super Saiyan to jump and do flips and all of that. Throw him in F tier. I'm putting him below Goten because he used the Super Saiyan transformation to cheat in the World Tournament, and that was scummy. Probably at this point, we're halfway through the video. I don't have a lot left to talk about, and a lot of these aren't as big discussions as Goku and Vegeta and all of that. So I think it's a good moment to say, hey, if you're liking the video, you know, like, comment, subscribe. If you're really about it, hit the bell. That'd be awesome. And you know, I'd really appreciate it because bro's trying to go hard. Really, I'm like, we're gonna be doing way more content. We're gonna be doing way more cool stuff like this. I would just love it if you could support the journey. It means a lot. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
This doesn't look good. Do you think he's really finished this time?
I'm afraid so.
I'm not so sure. Shall we put him to a little test?
Broly, look! It's such a tragedy! Do you hear me? It's your father! He was killed by a stray energy blast!
Bro, for me, hands down, the best presentation for a Super Saiyan transformation, bar none. Obviously, legendary Super Saiyans, sort of like unique case, but bro just explodes. Goku at his best couldn't even really handle bro when he was just base form learning throughout the fight. There's nothing he can do about this. Not him, not Vegeta, definitely not Frieza. If it was on presentation, S Broly is just incredible. C tier. Bro, and I don't even have 100 subs, bro. I'm going to lose everything I have. Animation's incredible. Voice acting is incredible. Just the chills that it gave when I was in the theater watching it, incredible. The hype, incredible. But when it comes to whether he deserved it or not, the biggest problem for S Broly is that he's confined to a movie. Okay, we don't get a lot of backstory on him, and even though the movie does give us enough to tell us why he's here, where he is today, he never really grows knowing, oh, my people are dead, or oh, I was banished even. He self-trains, kind of play fighting with whatever the thing's name was from the planet they went to, and he experiences pain of loss in that moment, but it was used for comedy, dog. It was used for comedy, and it was used to expedite. There was no real training, and any of his suffering was more brought to him by like this abusive dad that treated him more like a dog than anything. But he just grew up so isolated, and he didn't really have anything to really shine through besides the Goku Vegeta fight. Everything about him is dope. His design is dope. The fact that we have a canon Broly, dope. But there's nothing going for him. In fact, what he has going for him is so little that I would tie him with Cabba, but I'm not gonna do that visually. I'm gonna put him above Cabba in C tier because I fear for my life. I will put him slightly above Cabba because he lost the only person that he really grew with, that he ever loved. Besides, I guess, the pet, he had nothing else. Being confined into a movie is tough, man, but just gotta roll the wheel now. Okay, we'll talk about it a little after the clip.
You pushover, you? Saiyan lightweight? Yeah, you heard me! Light as a feather, Saiyan lightweight loser person!
Hey! You get some kind of enjoyment from this? Making my best friend cry like that?
No, you told me to make her go Super Saiyan!
I know what I said! But does it look like her hair's turning gold, Brainiac? The whole point is to make her angry, to show her how to transform and be an awesome hardcore fighter. So why are you making her cry instead, you little half-pint bully?
Please stop arguing! I tried, I have, but I just can't do it!
Kale, what have I told you about saying that you can't?
I'm sorry, but it's the truth! I'm not like you! Cabba's right, I'm just a Saiyan lightweight! All I do is drag you down, sister! I'll never be good enough! I'll only let you down!
You tapped in! That's some awesome work, Kale! Something's wrong! This isn't like when we transformed!
Easy! That's too much! Don't raise your energy anymore, Kale!
What happened? What's that?
Kinda hard to say. I guess this is Kale at Super Saiyan? Cabba. Huh? Let's go. You will be my first blood sacrifice.
It's just bad. Don't get me wrong. It's super cool that as soon as we get Universe 6 introduced, one of the first things that we consider is there a legendary Super Saiyan for Universe 6? And it's really cool that we go through that. But there is nothing for Kale. She just got jealous, and not even jealous in a way that Vegeta got jealous of Goku or Trunks, who he didn't even know was his son, turning into Super Saiyan. It was just bratty jealousy. It was elementary school kids playground jealousy. It was Lil Timmy was talking to Lil Susie, and Kale's just there crying about it. And because she has nothing, she has to go to the lowest tier. She's bottom, complete bottom. I'd say we can at least put the kids above Kale because Goten's obviously training with his family, and Trunks is training with Vegeta, who obviously is putting him through some really tough training, especially as a kid, going into the like gravity chamber with him, even though it's tough for Vegeta in Super Saiyan form alone. But we don't get enough on Kale, and then what she does with it afterwards, not counting the fusion, is just really nothing. 3 more left, and my favorite character of all time is still on here, so let's see what happens. Trunks is my favorite character, so it was crazy. It was crazy how close I was. But Caulifla,
Watch closely. I shall demonstrate the Super Saiyan transformation.
Yeah. Just get on with it.
Right. Sorry. And that is how you become a Super Saiyan.
It's even stronger than I was expecting. Teach me how to do it right away. Now.
I was taught how to do it by a warrior named Vegeta. I barely got the ins and outs of it myself. It seems it helps to be in a certain frame of mind to tap into the power, and I'm not sure I can get you there. But I'll do my best to try.
Great.
So, you're a big weirdo.
What?
And you're like... stupid, too.
What? Is this your idea of a joke?
No joke, I swear! It's all part of the training! So, how are you feeling right now? Any different?
Different in what way?
I was insulting you just then in hopes of drawing out the energy through your anger.
You really thought that stuff would get me mad?
Well, you look pretty angry to me.
What?
I'm sorry!
You're telling me every time you transform into a Super Saiyan, you're angry?
Not really. What I do now is focus all my power right around here in the middle of my back.
Well, then why don't you teach me that way?
Because it won't work your first time. If you want to do it, first you have to know what it's like to get that tingle, something I'm guessing you've never experienced before.
No, but I'm ready to try.
Caulifla, you're doing it! Just keep it stable!
How's that? I got it tingling pretty good back there.
That was amazing! Now try to do it even longer.
Do I even got to say anything, bro? Do I really? Bro, spoilers, but to absolutely no surprise, Caulifla is the lowest on the list. It doesn't need to be discussed. No pain of loss, no motivation, completely bratty reason to turn into a Super Saiyan in the first place. Bro, it just looks bad. It just looks so bad that our Universe 6 female Saiyans and our only female Saiyans that are canon to turn Super Saiyan are both garbage. They're both done so dirty. It doesn't look good. She even had an opportunity to have like some cool motivation. Cabba goes to Caulifla, warns her about the Tournament of Power, and talks to her about we need to save our universe, our entire universe, dog. And she doesn't care until Cabba talks about Super Saiyan. Next person.
Oh gosh, no. What did they do to you, Gohan? You were my best friend. You were everything to me. Everything. This just isn't fair. Gohan! Gohan! Gohan!
This scene is the most chilling, most impactful, at least to the viewer, in my opinion. It just encompasses everything about the pain of loss in a Super Saiyan that even competes with Goku's situation. I love this character. I love the presentation of his transformation, and it's just my favorite. Hands down, it's my favorite, which is why it sucks that I have to put Future Trunks in B tier, given above Vegeta. Future Trunks, in my opinion, has the bare minimum that it takes to be respected to go into the Super Saiyan transformation. He's sadly confined to a movie, so we don't get to see a lot of backstory other than the traits that we can gain from the Dragon Ball Z series, starting with the Android Saga. And even then, I don't feel like anything in the Android Saga really does more for him than his own movie does. Are you done? Besides the lack of backstory that we're able to get, we don't really get to see him grow with the Z Fighters or even his own father, with Bulma and Future Gohan being the only two things he has. Obviously, with Future Gohan being this person he looks up to so much and asks for advice, history, stories on what had happened before the world had gone to shit. He's obviously pure of heart. He wants to help. He wants to save this world. And in this moment where he literally can't do anything and he loses the one person that he has, other than Bulma, okay, I guess, it encompasses what is, in my opinion, the best transformation on pain of loss standard. He clearly trains with Future Gohan, and he does do a lot to show that he deserves it, but there's not enough going for him to place him like an A or an S. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I could just put him in S. I could just put him in A. I could just put him in A and like be like that's just the rules. That's just how it goes. But besides clearing over Vegeta, there just wasn't enough for Trunks to actually show off that he really deserves the Super Saiyan transformation. And even that, I love it. And his, if you think about it, is the only death that is really permanent. We could consider Android 16 for Gohan, or the entire planet Vegeta for Vegeta and the Saiyans, but they don't bring back Future Gohan with the Dragon Balls. Trunks utilizes the Super Saiyan transformation to go back to his timeline and fix that, as well as helping out another timeline for the Z Warriors. He sadly just meets bare minimum standards from what I can gather in these rules to say he does deserve the transformation without any extreme debate. Let's roll the wheel one more time. Let's see what we get. Okay, if I can guess right, you have to subscribe. Z Broly. Let's go. Oh, stop. Roll the clip.
Enough, Broly! I said stop!
Once again, the legendary Super Saiyan, a different league from just regular Super Saiyan, and definitely extremely way more incredible. Although non-canon, he's literally what Vegeta himself fears. He is the legend. He is this chosen one. And this fact is so apparent that bro has a hit sent out on him as a child by King Vegeta. Bro was stabbed as an infant just so he wouldn't get the chance to show off a power beyond what the Prince of all Saiyans or King Vegeta or what anyone else could do. His father and him ran away from the planet, was kept isolated, showed signs of this beast laying inside of him, and really is just dope design wise. Like this native Saiyan form and just how powerful he really is, even though it's just his Super Saiyan transformation. It's incredible. F tier. The Brolys are just so different, bro. Just like S Broly, I think Z Broly's really cool. I think his presentation, while not up there with like Trunks or Goku, is still an amazing presentation. But he doesn't have enough going for him when you think about the rules. First of all, his transformation was just triggered. He just decided, I'm gonna lose control and I'm gonna transform. He was in no immediate danger. Vegeta attempted to stop him in that moment, but the gears were already in motion. Bro didn't have any real pain of loss. I guess pain of loss from banishment of his people, or rather, supposedly he was supposed to die anyways, but that would be a +1 for every Saiyan on the list. Their home planet is just gone, or at least the full-blood Saiyans. Also, let's not get into his motivation, bro. Like literally, if you think about it, it's a worse and just as bratty reason as the Universe 6 female Saiyans for turning Super Saiyan, and I just can't tread that water. Which is why Broly is going to get the top of F tier. I would put him above the kids. I would certainly put him above the Universe 6 Saiyans besides Cabba, but that's about it. And with that, we have the finished, complete list of at least these 11 characters for who deserves the Super Saiyan transformation the most. If you haven't done it yet, feel free to go to Tier Maker, go to the link in the description below, make your own. You can screenshot it to me, go to my Twitter and tag me in it, at me, anything like that. Go to the comments, talk about which positions in the list you really agree with that I went ahead and put, or that you absolutely despise. You just can't stand me for. I would love the discussion. Of course, as long as you stay civil about it, as civil as you can be talking about anime. And once again, if you did enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you went ahead, dropped a like, sub to the channel. Hitting the bell would be out of this world. That'd be amazing. Comment in the comments, obviously. I went ahead, took some time to sit down with the list and see how well I did to get away from my own opinions as well. And here is my finished opinion list on who I think, just based on how I feel, deserves the Super Saiyan transformation on whatever standards I decide. But that's enough of that. I really enjoyed making this video. Thank you so much if you watched it all the way through. That is so cool of you, and I really appreciate it. Obviously, if you make your own tier list, you don't have to follow these rules to the T or even at all. Just share with me your opinions. I'd love to go ahead and hear them. But thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.